So the next important point here is this was about what is career and employability. Now let me come back to the point wherein I said why am I calling this career driving school? Why I'm calling this complete initiative career driving school? It is important because there's an analogy. As a production engineer, I can very clearly see the analogy. I just wanted to share this with you so that you will also understand why career driving is so similar to car driving or vehicle driving. So let us say if you have a two-wheeler or four-wheeler or whatever vehicle that you have, heavy vehicle that you have, and if you understand analogy, if your car is your career, if your career is your car, your vehicle, it can be two-wheeler, four-wheeler, heavy vehicle, anything. So we are not worried about whether it is Maruti or Mahindra or Mitsubishi or Audi or Alfa Romeo or Mercedes or Tata. So at the same time, in career driving school, we are not worried about whether you are from manufacturing, you are from sales, you are from marketing, you are from technical, you are from software. The industry that you are working in, the educational qualification or your educational background, it does not matter. The car, your make, the model, the manufacturer, how old it is, we are not worried about it. The point here is, if your career is your car, we need to understand how it can be driven in the most efficient manner. Because even after having a beautiful car like Alfa Romeo with you, if your career is Alfa Romeo, that means you have solid background in academics and you are mentally superior and everything is perfectly fine, your attitude is fantastic. If you cannot drive your careers, we will obviously meet with an accident on the road path to the career, on the journey to the career, or you will get driven past by somebody else who is better than you, or you will get or you will meet with an accident. So the point here is your car, the powerful, the good, the bad, the ugly, the expensive, the mediocre, the mileage wise, how BHP, acceleration, doesn't matter. If you are considering your car and as your career, let us understand how driving is important. As a production engineer, I can very well talk about breakdown maintenance, preventive maintenance, etc. about the car and the career, but the topic here is driving. We'll cover maintenance about the cars and careers, preventive and breakdown in some other session. Important point here is to understand about driving the car and driving the career. So from this example, this picture I have taken from Texas Instruments website report. This is a very fantastic. I like this presentation. So if you can consider the car, the white car that is in the center at your career, what we need to understand is at the driver's place. So you need to drive. Obviously, you need to drive our career. You need to drive your car from point A to point B, from point company A to company B, or position A to position B, and you are getting paid for it basically. So for driving a car, I need to understand what the car is, obviously, the power, the braking system, the ventilation, the air conditioning, the coolant. So keeping all that aside, we'll only consider the external factors. We'll not talk about the vehicle, career, intrinsic mechanics. That is a separate topic. Our focus is only about driving the car and driving the career. So if you look at this picture, the first point is, so when we are moving in the right direction, if we are moving ahead, we need to be aware of cross traffic alerts. So in our careers as well as driving on the road, there will be a lot of people, lot of vehicles, lot of animals, and a lot of obstacles, potholes, etc. will come, which we must have our eyes open for. If we are not giving attention to the people who are crossing the streets and people who are coming in between, or vehicles who are suddenly stopping, or animals who are jumping in front of you, then obviously driving can get difficult and you will not be able to drive. You will be obviously crashing into something, somebody or some animal, and it is not a good prospect to be in. So cross traffic alert is first important thing. Until unless I have my eyes open, I will not be able to understand whether somebody is trying to obstruct my career path, if somebody is trying to obstruct my vision, if somebody is trying to put obstacles in my career growth path. So this is what the career driving and car driving is. The next important point is emergency braking, penetration detection, and collision avoidance. Just like we drive our careers, our focus is on the road, who is coming from where, and in careers also at the same time, our focus is on emergency braking if necessary. If there is some pedestrian who is crossing the road, we should be able to honk our horns, and we should be able to take preventive action of stopping the car before we hit the pedestrian, so that collision can be avoided. In the similar lines, when we are moving in our careers, there will be so many people who will behave like a pedestrian and will try to obstruct your view or obstruct your journey or obstruct your momentum. They want you to stop so that you don't grow in your in on the road to career supercharge. So this is why, as a driver, our vehicle, that is our careers, we must have inbuilt mechanisms. I'm talking about career driving. Inbuilt mechanisms of understanding what penetration is behaving, who will suddenly jump in front of us, and how we can use emergency braking and avoid collision. Similarly, your boss or your colleague or your somebody from your different department who may be playing with you, he may be trying to behave like a pediatrician who is intent on stopping you in your tracks, or intent on making the accident happen so that you pay for it. There can be so many scenarios wherein basically the people are interested in stopping you in your tracks so that you don't move ahead. And if you have better career, fantastic car, obviously there will be people who will be jealous of you. They will not be feeling good about whatever you are doing in your life. Hard work, sincerity, competence, efficiency, and your car, your career, you are moving in the right direction. But these people will obviously try and put some obstructions, and your eyes should be open to understand all these tactics and should be able to avoid collisions in such cases. The next point is adaptive cruise control. This is very important because adaptive cruise control is when you are cruising along the road to your success, and you need to slack a little bit. You know that the road is empty and there are no obstructions, and you want your career to move at 80 kilometers per hour. And then obviously, if you have adaptive cruise control, you can get your feet off the accelerator, and the car will automatically move at 80 kilometers per hour until unless it senses some obstruction in the path. And if it senses some obstruction, it will send you a signal, and then you can control, and then obviously you can adjust the speed depending on the situation. And that means in career also, you are cruising in your career, and then there are some obstructions. You should be able to judge what the obstruction is. You need to change your momentum, lie low for some time, then obviously jump up and start working again. So these things needs to be done in career driving, car driving, both. So this is adaptive cruise control. The important point, the next point is traffic sign recognition. Obviously, there are signs that you can see on both the sides of the road that suggest standard guidelines of where to stop, the speed limits, etc., etc. Even environmental conditions. So in career also, we need to be aware of all those signs. The market is going down. For example, a boss is getting shifted, our company is getting acquired by somebody. So these changes which are happening around us, we should be able to understand, because the career driving conditions are going to be changed. So if you are driving on a sunny day, suddenly if it starts raining, then obviously we need to change our driving style. And if it is suddenly snowing down here like hell, obviously we need to change our tires also if necessary, because the tires that are used on sunny days cannot be used on the road where there a lot of snow, and because there is a possibility of skidding. So I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to give analogy between the car driving and career driving. Then the lane departure warning is very important, because there are blind spots will obviously come. So if you look at the mirror, if you look at the rear view mirror, you can see there is always a gap between the actual car, physical car, and the area of view that we can see. There is a blind spot wherein other cars or other people can come, and since we are not looking at them, since they are not visible to us, we are not aware that they are there. So without lane departure warning, if we try to change the lane, obviously there is going to be accident, because the people or the cars that are standing in the blind spots will obviously hit us. So in the career parlance, there are always some people who are lurking around the corners to take advantage of a situation, to claim the credit for our work, or to just obstruct our performance. So we should be able to see these people or vehicles which are standing in the blind spots, and that is why the blind spot detection is very important, and lane departure warning is also important, because until unless we tell others that your intention is to turn left or right, those people who are coming from behind will never know your intention, and obviously there can be problems. Then there is surround view. Since you are driving, you should be aware of what is happening in my next department, next office, and next industry itself. On both the sides, since you need to keep watch on all the things that are happening around you, because you never know who will be coming from what direction and hitting you. In career also same thing. The people or the vehicles or the people with malified intentions, they can cause damage in whatever way possible. So they just look for the opportunities. So basically, from driving perspective, we are only talking about negative points or the proactive approach to safeguard ourselves. There obviously are positive and very beautiful experiences related to career driving on long drives, but that is, we will discuss it later. So rear collision warning is park assistance, and rear collision warning is one important point. Park assist is especially important when we are parking your car, or for example, if you are working, let's say, if you are working 24 hours, 365 days and 2 years in a row continuously, and you have reached a certain stage wherein you can now take some rest and enjoy a bit for 2, 3, 6 months or 1 year, and then you can start again. Because obviously as a human being, you cannot continue for 15 years, 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, 365 days a year, because then there is a possibility of burning out. So avoid all these situations. We can obviously be working very hard and then take some rest and then again working hard. So it is a cycle. So this is parking basically. So the assistance in parking is also important. Then there is rear collision avoidance. People will be coming behind. The important point in career driving or car driving is, see how you may be a fantastic driver. You may be driving your car fantastically. You may be driving your career fantastically. But you can never be sure about the people who are in front of you or people who are behind you on the road, on the path to career success. Because these people, you can obviously control everything that you have. You can be a fantastic driver, but you cannot guarantee the driving skills of the people, the person ahead of you and the person behind you. They can obviously come, and the person in front of you can basically can stop in midway, or the person coming from behind can obviously just keep on driving even if you have stopped at signal and then crash into you. So these are all aspects of driving, and some things are in our control, some things are out of control. The important point is to understand all these follies. The important point is to understand analogy between the car driving and the career driving. That is exactly why we are calling this career driving school, because, and especially we are not whatever career we choose based on our capacity, our intention, our inclination, our liking, whatever career we choose, whatever car you choose, there is no other option but to drive it beautifully, so that make maximum utilization of resources, maximum utilization of the vehicle that we have got, the car and the career, that should be achieved. So this is what the objective is from career driving school, and this is what the objective of a career supercharged primer is. This is what the objective of a career supercharged primer was. So this brings us to conclusion of career supercharged primer. I hope you have liked it, and I sincerely believe, from all those mistakes that I've made, from all the experiences that I have while interacting with people from different backgrounds as a career performance coach over the last 6 years, that these are certain aspects which need to be taken care of. And let me be very frank and honest, if I knew about this when I started my career, the things would have been very different today. And I sincerely hope that if you know these things as early as possible in your career, then your future obviously be very different from what it is now, what it seems now. Okay, so let us keep in touch. I'll be looking forward to seeing you again. These are some of our social media connects. Facebook group is Career Driving Mastermind. Telegram group, Facebook group is Career Driving Mastermind. Telegram group is Career Driving Mastermind. YouTube channel is Career Driving School, and the website is careerdrivingschool.com. I'm looking forward to meeting you again, because this is not the end. Career Supercharged Primer is just the beginning of our long-term association, and I'm looking forward to helping you with whatever insights, experience and observations that I have related to careers and supercharging your careers. Thank you very much.